And now, broadcasting from the Ginger and Baker studio in the heart of the Music District, it's Live at Lunch on KRFC 88.9 FM. We are airing on 88.9 on your FM dial and streaming online at krfcfm.org with live video stream on Facebook. Hello, I'm your host, David V. Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker studio. Today's video is made possible by Fort Collins Public Media. I'm excited to introduce today's guest, Violet Pilot.
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me the strength to leave this town. Show me the quiet way around. Like when the sun breaks the clouds. We know in our hearts it'll be okay, even if it doesn't feel that way. But that's how it's always been. And it's only temporary. I am waiting on a kiss from an angel. It's only temporary. I am waiting on a kiss from an angel. Packed up my said goodbye, turned away, didn't cry. It was all that I could do. So when that time comes around and we find you've been found, just know I'm thinking of you. And it's only temporary. I am waiting on a kiss from an angel. It's only temporary. I am waiting on a kiss from an angel. I am waiting on a kiss from an angel. Go on, get out, it's over now. Say goodbye. Go on, get out, it's over now. It's time to fly. Go on, get out. It's over now. Make haste, my friends. It's time to fly. Say goodbye. Make haste, my friends. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. It's only temporary. I am waiting on a kiss from an angel. It's only temporary. I am waiting on a kiss from an angel. I am waiting on a kiss from an angel. I am waiting on a kiss. There's a beautiful, hungry song on your breath. It rises to the stars and falls back into your chest. It's the only thing I care about right now. The only thing that I believe this world is all about. Tell me, how much more is there to know? How much more is there to know? You taught me rhythms with your eyes. Amber and blue agates dancing in Nevada skies. Sometimes I'll go back to that dark desert night, lit up by a lightning flash. Tell me, how much more is there to know? 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 There's no turning this thing around. We can't undo it. We're about to leave the ground. They must have heard your hungry song, yeah. Told you you were beautiful and invited us along. Yeah, the highway disappeared below. The moon was getting closer. Your face began to glow and you were screaming, how much more is there to know? 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 How much more is there to know?
How did you guys all get together to kind of?
It started with John and I.
A hole in the ground in a backyard.
So
Yeah.
he was walking by your bridge one day.
No, this was before the bridge. This was the
okay.
cardboard box.
We were playing a lot of house concerts during the Renaissance.
I know you did a lot of video during Rona,
Yeah, I did some live streams as well. Yep.
but you guys got together as a duo.
Well, we were doing all these. I was doing all these house concerts, and at one of them, John was the opening act, and it was like solo electric guitar, right? So I'm like, this would be pretty cool. So I laid down in the grass in the backyard and just kind of absorbed some of his music before my set, and it was like really invigorating to me. I loved the way you sounded. I liked I think you did like some Gershwin, and then you did Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And
Yeah.
it was one long 20-minute guitar odyssey.
Yep.
And I think it was at the end of that show we jammed, and like a little super jam at the concert there. And then he just started joining me on these house concerts throughout the summer. And then Sean on drums over here called me up one day and was like, hey, we should jam. And we'd been trying to get together for a while.
Yeah, we've been friends on the road in different bands for a long time.
Yeah.
And I got a text one morning from Michael saying, there's a freak of nature guitar player that I just met. I think we should get together.
Okay.
But with coronavirus, like, the world stopped for a lot of the people on stage here. And so it was winning over people's time, which was not necessarily a commodity.
Right. There was no...
Under normal circumstances. So everyone's seldomly home. They're touring. So the crazy silver lining that we're kind of hearing, different stories like our own, where, something really interesting has been created out of kind of a terrible situation.
And now it's all coming out.
Yeah, the three of us got together and for 2 or 3 jams, and before we got together after the fourth one, we're like, hey, we should get a bass player. This sounds pretty good.
We're doing something
so
right.
we started the process finding Joe, and that took a couple months of auditions. And
3,000 bass players we auditioned.
Yeah, he's the best in all
I think we went
3,000
through
for
9 or
sure.
3,000.
So, so you
3,000.
went through pretty much everybody in northern Colorado that plays stand-up bass.
It was
Yeah.
a super fun process. We got to meet a lot of people, and I got to
incredible.
jam with people that I'd heard their names for millions of years, and I finally got to hook up with them and play music with them. And so it was a really neat experience, too, this audition process. Joe, he's the guy. Yeah, I mean,
That's the sound right there.
that's the sound.
I just needed to be known. I didn't know it was an audition.
Yeah.
We were just hanging out.
He thought it was a Tupperware party, a knife sharpening party.
Yeah. Well, we were doing Orlando
He brought his
timeshare. We
knives
told
with
him, and he was sorely disappointed. But yeah, we're really lucky to have everyone that you see here, and that's the part of the name of our new record. Glad we found you.
I was just going to ask, that's kind of, does that represent each other? Glad you found.
It's
glad
part
we
of
found
some lyrics
Yeah.
from Michael. But yeah, we kind of thought it was an interesting theme that was kind of ambiguous and kind of coming from a heartfelt kind of place where, our new fans and kind of amongst ourselves as a band, we're just glad to be here and glad we found each other.
Well, and
Yeah.
it's obvious you guys are still having fun, and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
It's not making money or anything like that. It's having fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Exposure points. And
It's always the top priority.
Well, we heard Temporary, and how much more is there to know? Kind of a medley there. That was
Yeah.
a nice 8-minute tune. You guys
Get
don't
things
really
warmed
think
up.
of yourself as a jam band, but kind of warmed up on the jam band tune there.
I don't know if jam band, if length is what describes jam band, per se.
Yeah. I mean, our styles, you just have to
I mean,
listen
if
to
you
it. That's why we're
if
here.
you total up the guitar solos in that 8-minute experience, you probably got 45 seconds worth.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is a jam band.
This is kind of a little
Well-
taste of the record.
Yeah.
And then live, we kind of extend any of these tracks, and everyone just puts up with my soloing.
Well,
And,
jam band doesn't necessarily have to be just guitar lead.
No,
You're right, yeah.
No, we do some lovely featurettes with everyone here.
There you
and
go.
It just blows everyone's mind.
And we do like when other people define us. We haven't really come out of the gate
Right.
saying we are this band.
Well, you don't want to
yet.
be one genre here in northern
Rock
Colorado
band.
anyway. That'll put you in a closet someplace.
Right.
You know what? Let's hear some more.
Okay.
Great song, Lazy Lions.
Yeah, this is a tune that I had written for a while, and when we formed the band, we needed some material. We weren't all writing together at the very beginning, so this is one of the tunes we brought in.
Had it
I
in the
brought
bag?
I had it in the bag, but it didn't really
More of a traditional.
stoke anything until I heard his bass line, what he did with the song. So really, this tune is one of those happy accident songs. I bring it to the band, and it's like, whoa, they made it amazing.
Yeah.
Ode to Joe.
Random.
Yeah, Ode to Joe and Sean, our rhythm section, they really transformed the song from its original state.
The song was
pretty
really-
dramatic.
Yeah, quite boring actually to begin with.
It wasn't boring. It was a traditional kind of
Traditionally boring.
traditionally
But you
boring.
whipped it into shape, I'm sure.
Yeah, these guys.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear it.
Wait till you hear it. You can't even hear it.
I'm not sure what it's about.
I'll figure it out.
Floating naked round the room, balls of your feet slapping the hardwood floor. Baby, I need you. I know what I like and I want to know more. I'm gonna let it all go. Gonna let it all go, baby. You might notice me slur my words. I've never inhaled so much air. How can one be so lucky, babe? Feel your peace and just be here. I'm gonna let it all go. Gonna let it all go, baby. That thing between you and I, silver mornings in the rain. That thing between you and him, I know those midnight blues well, babe. Gonna let it all go. Gonna let it all go, baby. Block out the fear with my eyes. Frame your face in golden light. With this trust you can crush my heart. I'm telling you now, everything's gonna be alright. I'm gonna let it all go. Gonna let it all go, baby. That thing between you and I, silver mornings in the rain. That thing between you and him, I know those midnight blues well, babe. Gonna let it all go. Gonna let it all go, baby. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. We're all falling in love. Lazy lions in the sun. Sweet dreams colliding, baby. Take all you can, you know this won't last long. We're all falling in love. Lazy lions in the sun. Sweet dreams colliding, baby. Take all you can, you know this won't last long. We're all falling in love. Lazy lions in the sun. Sweet dreams colliding, baby. Take all you can, you know this won't last long. Take all you can, you know this won't last long. Take all you can, baby. Take all you can. Oh, take all you can.
Violet Pilot on Live at Lunch, 88.9 FM radio from Colorado, for Colorado and the world. Hey, you guys probably have some gigs coming up since you just introduced your brand new album. When's your next show?
May 19th. That was close. Yeah, Moxie in Greality, Colorado.
Oh, great venue.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Right
great
on.
venue.
With Kind-Hearted Strangers.
And Elise Wonder,
Ooh,
Yeah.
very nice.
May 19th.
We're excited.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's excellent. What's the best place for fans to go to check about upcoming shows, get swag, get your music?
Yeah. We have our
.com.
we have our Instagram and Facebook at the moment, so it's Violet Pilot Band is the handle, and coming soon is going to be our website as well. But for the time being, yeah, you can check us out on the
You guys
socials.
keep that pretty up to date, obviously.
Yeah, that's where you can check out our shows and
Some musical examples, some videos.
oh yeah, all the goodies.
Our Kickstarter video that's going to be there.
Yep. Yep.
I've got to reference this quote about your voice, Michael.
Yeah, which one? Which
An anthropomorphic brontosaurus that has popped out of a children's book to teach kids about the dangers of playing with matches. I can picture that.
You know, when I first heard that written about me, I was a little mortified.
Your neck's not that long.
Well, I was excited to be written about, but I didn't know it would be like that. And the older I've gotten, the more I've actually grown into what the critics had said. So,
As long as you're teaching kids about those dangers of matches.
well, that's
Knives now.
I'm more coaching them. I'm not a teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I know you are waiting for the cable man, but what do you do in real life?
Pre-Renaissance, I just played and taught lessons and all of that.
So you're a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Used to teach adjunct at a couple local community colleges and did the thing. But then, gigs and lessons couldn't happen, so I got a job at a brewery in northern Colorado and started beer tending and moving my way into production. Now I brew beer
At there or at home?
at the facility.
Or both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, both.
All right.
Are you allowed to do a call out?
Yeah, you can do a call out, shout out.
Yeah.
Who's it with?
It's Peculiar Ales. We have a location in Windsor and Fort Collins.
There you go. And hidden back there behind the band, Sean McCauley, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm excellent today. You guys are here. Violet Pilot. And I was going to ask you, are you full-time drummer or are you doing other things too?
Full-time drummer right now. Yeah, it's been a busy couple of years.
He's the most sought-after drummer in all of Colorado, and we're very lucky to have him.
We have to
Sean
fight
McCauley.
people
Yeah.
to keep them from stealing Sean.
Yeah,
Drummer
we're
is
actually one of our jobs as standing up here is to defend the audience from taking him and bringing them into their band, the audience's band.
They do send very threatening messages to all the other band leaders pretty regularly, so I think it's working,
He just needs an entourage.
to carry my drums.
Honestly, yeah.
The bass drum's pretty big. Well, let's treat the listeners some more music. I know, was it Caribou Eyes that you're thinking next?
That would be great. Yeah, we'd love that.
You spend a lot of time in Alaska, and you go and you tour up there at least once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And you're well received. I see you on your Facebook postings, playing all kinds of wonderful places. Helicopters taking you to glaciers. I don't know if you're performing on top of glaciers, but
Yeah, the helicopters only take me to gigs. I don't really do anything for fun in the helicopter.
it sure looks like
there.
fun.
Well, it's fun getting there is half the fun,
Okay.
but it's for work for sure.
Is Caribou Eyes have something to do with your adventures up there?
Yeah, I was actually terrified of helicopters before I realized that was the way to get me to the gig. There was no way I was going to go in one of
There's
those
only
things.
one blade.
When the
keeping you in
rotor
air.
stops, you just fall straight to the ground. You can't glide.
You got to make sure that's a lot of snow that you're in.
Yeah. So up at Hatcher Pass, they had this road closure, and the guy who was up there needed laundry and cat food and frozen salmon and beer. So they offered to fly me up with the supplies. That was pretty fun. It was terrifying. Got used to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All you had to take was what, your Martin?
Yeah, a little, the pedal board, a little PA system, the Martin, and a mandolin, and a bunch of supplies.
All
And
fit in a pack?
No, we had to tie some of it to the outside of the chopper, which
And
I
you were
need to
just
call
praying
Evan
that they
Grace and
didn't,
ask him about this Felix, 'cause I
airdrop
think
somebody.
I froze channel 1.
Wow.
But the salmon arrived.
The salmon arrived, and we had a great time. I played music for 3 days at this remote location where you could only skin and ski into. Yeah, so there was no helicopters couldn't even get up there while I was there because the weather was bad in the valley.
Well, thank God you made it back for Live at Lunch.
Yeah,
We may or may not have a Cessna plane as a tour bus if we play our cards right for
Yeah.
a Violet Pilot Alaskan tour.
You had a Beach 99. It's a little bigger.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just still learning about all that plane stuff, but I would really love to have this band come up to Alaska and I've blazed a trail up there for sure, and
Yeah.
I love the people, and I think the audience really loves me, so I think they would really like this band.
Except you can't strap that bass drum to the outside of a helicopter. It would be flying.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out.
Get some beeline.
He might just start looping on one of those little pads.
There you go.
Yeah, I think we're going to call him Future Man.
Future man. That's great.
Mr. Manshaw?
So, anyways, you wanted to hear Caribou Eyes.
yeah,
That's
but
flattering.
I thought,
Let's do it. And yeah, I
not?
wrote this tune for some musher friends up in Alaska. Mushers are the ones that run the dogs. And here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Snow with a dance and a smile like you did when you were young, leaving no mountain unclimbed. What you looking at, Caribou Eyes? From gold to blue, look at you, cool as night, and here I am, snowblind. What you looking at, Caribou Eyes? What you looking at, Caribou whiskey and coffee in my dreams. The dogs are restless, but my mind's at ease. The lights are spinning, dull green. What you looking at, Caribou
Caribou Eyes by Violet Pilot here on Live at Lunch. That's pretty. I like that.
Thank you.
Not that it matters, but
Oh, absolutely.
We totally. You're our audience today. We want to impress you.
I noticed your slide tip is all bent up in there. Is that for a reason?
Slide tip? Oh, yeah, it's a rock slide. So, yeah, they have a little contour
Yeah.
built into the side there.
I just haven't noticed that before. Anybody else's slide. I thought maybe it was to.
Yeah,
do a special
it has
slide
a
or
really
something.
nice ergonomic cutout. That's kind of their patented design. So it gives you some
Better
dexterity
suction?
to actually bend.
Oh
your
yeah, and you don't have to
hands.
worry about it falling off.
Well, that, and so it fits properly, but a normal slide without having that scalloped cut,
Yeah.
you can't really bend your finger in. So if you're trying to use a slide, I use the
So
slide.
you can do
Yeah,
your
exactly. I
frets
can
and
fret my
do
notes with my
chording
fingers.
and slide.
Exactly.
Nice.
So that's like a big upgrade I did this past year.
What's the story with the Frank and Telly?
This is basically a Frank and Telly from the East Coast that I got on, I think, Reverb.
Oh, yeah?
It was my first.
Well, I mean, it looks like a real telly body and neck.
Yeah.
But the head looks a little different there.
Yeah, well, it's an old, like, heavy baseball bat, 1950s style
Oak.
neck, but it's
Hickory.
really nice and balanced, right at 7 pounds.
Yeah,
And
nice.
I put some Lawler pickups in there, and I did my own wiring in there, so
No hum.
still has some hum, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. I came from the Strat world, and all my fans like Bill Frisell and Jim Campolongo and Julian Lage, those are the guys that got me into it.
Well, just real quickly, I Google a lot of my favorite songs, the original artists when they're playing. Almost every song, classic song, they're playing a telly. They're not playing a Strat.
Yeah,
So it's I just think the telly's.
it's
Yeah.
it's an elegant and unforgiving instrument, but I'm so much more connected to it. I had it set up last year by McGivney Guitars in Denver, and he just does wonderful work. So yeah, looking forward to wherever this takes me.
Michael,
It's been serving me well.
An
you got a
interesting-
Martin. And,
Yeah.
It's 3/4.
No, it's a 12 fret.
Okay.
It's a triple O 12 fret guitar. So what you're seeing is most acoustic guitars attach the body at the 14th fret. Mine comes in at 12.
So it
So-
just looks shorter.
Yeah, it's the same exact scale as an acoustic guitar. And this is just a triple O SM15 is what it's called. I like it because it's got a really thick neck. He's got a really thick neck. Coincidentally, just a technical note in the band, when we met and started jamming, we both realized that we tune our guitars down a whole step from everybody else.
And you can comfortably play each other's instruments because of the thick necks.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that we both just discovered independent, like,
Yeah.
hey,
That is interesting, the
a
tuning,
whole
huh?
step down. Yeah.
Is that relate to what you guys listen to and your influences too, as far as artists?
Michael, you probably have a different backstory, but
Well, yeah, I kind of started using thicker strings because I'm pretty heavy-handed, and I realized that if I use thicker strings and tune it down, I can control the tuning of the string a little bit more. I can wiggle notes more, maybe do some bending with really heavy strings.
Were you breaking lighter strings?
Yeah, I mean, I always broke a lot of strings. Yeah, and not necessarily just because they're lighter. So I'll break these just as much as lighter strings. The heavier strings are
It's
gonna.
those fingers.
Yeah, it's
throwing sausage.
it's my contact is just a little heavy in parts of the guitar. So, yeah, the heavier strings just worked out for me. I use Nicola's. It's a .058 on the bottom. It's a pretty fat string, or .58. I forget. Maybe I take the 0 out. It's even fatter.
But it's a robust roast
Robust.
in
Yeah.
terms of strings and Michael's
Well,
tone.
when you're picking the plucking, it does give a nice bass tone to it.
Yeah, a lot of that is the mahogany body too of the
Rich
guitar.
Martin's.
Yeah,
Jeez, it's just a Martin.
I love this guitar. Yeah.
Leather-bound books, rich mahogany.
Well, and speaking of instruments, that bass, it's beautiful too.
Yeah.
That's got to be fun hauling that around everywhere.
Like I said earlier, it's mostly air, so it's really only like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Mostly
Yeah.
My favorite part of this instrument is the back. though.
Oh,
at that.
leopard skin. Gorgeous.
Flamed.
Yeah.
When did you start playing?
Oh, 15 years ago, maybe?
Oh, really? So you didn't pick it up as a child?
No, not until I was in middle school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Started on electric bass. I really wanted to play the trumpet.
Yeah.
Then started on electric bass.
Do you?
That's what he thought the audition was.
In addition?
Trumpet.
No, I don't play any brass instruments. My teeth were always too messed up as a kid.
You didn't need to read then.
Another interesting fun fact, Joe went to school right down the street from where I went to school. He was in Moscow, Idaho. I was in Pullman, Washington. That's where we got our music degrees.
Excellent. And you guys are both West Coasters, Northwest Coasters, and your family's in Seattle area, and you
Hi,
went to
Mom.
school in Seattle.
I did. I went, high school in Seattle area and in the suburbs, the eastern suburbs in the forest. It's all paved over now.
So, John, you're from the East Coast.
Yeah.
What brought you out to Colorado?
My partner's master's program at CSU. So we came out here back in 2017.
Mhm.
And yeah,
And decided this is where you wanted to be?
For the time being, yeah. Again, since I've been under the bridge to lower costs. But
Yeah. Well,
But,
there's
no,
two
no.
of you. There's two of you, so.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, bridge costs have gone up quite a bit, let me tell you.
Sean, where are you from?
L.A.
Yeah?
Yep, I moved out here 9 years ago. I was on tour with Donovan Frankenreiter, who some people might know.
Absolutely.
So that brought me out to Colorado, and then hooked up with the band Grant Farm,
Oh, yeah.
and did a lot of touring with this drum set, also known as Dirty Nasty.
Well, you took care of it. It doesn't look too beat.
It's not too bad. Yeah. We have good cases and whatnot. So, but yeah, so I've been out here and just, playing with a bunch of different groups. And
So Grant Farm. Now I knew I'd seen you in a band before, and when you said that, I said, okay, now it makes sense.
yeah.
And okay, I've talked your legs off. So let's. How about Liftoff? Is that what you're thinking next?
All right.
Violet Pilot on Live at Lunch.
Heaven is so close, I can feel you on the wind. I've been running for so long, you don't know the shape I'm in. All the useless talking can't take the place of you just being. I've come to make you mine. I got that feeling, the one that you get before the trip comes on. Kind of makes you wonder, did I pack enough? Way too much. I've collected plenty of love, and now it's time to serve it up. I've come to make you mine. I mine. I've come to make you mine. I've come to make you mine. Whoa.
Violet Pilot here on KRFC 88.9 FM, Radio Fort Collins. Well,
It's hard to bend flat wound strings. That's.
Oh, you
that's
bend them so well.
Thank you.
string bender
It's a new strings on here. We're trying it out.
came to make you mine. So all of these songs are on the new album. Glad we found you.
Glad we found you.
Caribou Eyes is not on Glad We Found You.
Is it on one of your other releases?
No.
Okay.
Unreleased. That's why you
Special
don't see our
treat
show.
today for Live at
It's
Lunch.
just, we picked it especially for you.
Yeah.
Love it. You know, I was going to ask you a little bit. You have a side project that you tend to do every year around Halloween called Halloween.
Yeah.
And I just wanted you to talk a little bit about it and let people know.
Well, we're in our 20th year, and it's not really the kind of thing I like to talk about on the radio these days because I don't really know what it is
Or
in my
when.
own mind what really it is. The last couple years have been kind of underground, private parties. There were a few years where it was a little more public, and we got up to about 1,000 people. Essentially, it's just
Got
a party.
too big?
No, it just stopped right there, and then the Renaissance. That was where we left off with the
Renaissance.
Renaissance. Yeah. So whoops. Sorry, I had my. Sorry about that. Halloween, yeah. It's one of those parties where
Seems
we have
like
live
a
music.
bit of Mardi
and-
Gras, a bit of live concerts, a bit of culture, art,
Yeah.
music. I just thought it was very interesting, something to share with people.
Yeah, it's
were
all that.
Yeah, last year was our first time as a band.
We did, yep. Violet Pilot played it last year
Yeah.
at Halloween
So
19.
that was really special. Yeah.
So this is Halloween 20 coming up, and we'll probably be doing it.
Well, if you share it, I'm sure it'll be on Violet Pilot's website.
Oh,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
If we decide to do like a public thing and let
Yeah.
people know about it, I
Sure.
think we'll definitely do that. So with Halloween, one of the rules is if you've never been, you can't come. So and
Tends to limit the growth.
yeah, it makes it hard for the wrong people to get there, and it builds up the event slowly because what I've found is that the patronage defines the festival. And
The
defines the
camaraderie.
bands, the camaraderie, and we want the people that will really enjoy it to be there.
It's an incredible,
Yeah.
community, and that was by design. So that's why I'm so glad,
You were included.
Yeah, to be included. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and
Thanks,
stay.
John.
Yeah, keep posted on, if it ends up being a public event.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be, sharing that with everyone.
It's usually a couple weeks before Halloween. And,
right, dress up party.
Yeah, the whole thing started as, I guess there was two reasons. Number one, we wanted to extend the Halloweening season, and in Fort Collins, everybody has a trunk of costumes. Pre-Renaissance, we had 5 or 6 costumed events in town here at Tour de Fat.
Exactly. That's
You
the
know?
first one I would off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
so we have a tradition of wanting to dress up here, and Halloween fell right into that. The other reason was because the band, the Holler, at the time, we weren't really good enough to get any festival slots, and we wanted to play a festival. So I figured,
you created
let's
your
just
own.
start a festival. It was the easiest way to play one.
Why not?
And look where we are now.
Well, let's hear some more. Do you want to do Higher Home?
Yes, please.
Higher Home.
This is a co-write between Sean and I.
Wonderful.
And I've found great joy in collaborating with this dude back here on the drums, and can't wait until the others start jumping in. Like I said, it's a new band, so we're getting
Next
material
album's a
everywhere.
double.
When I was a boy, I'd dream of all the strangest creatures in the night. I was scared, too die alone. Now that I'm old, I dance with all the grown-up monsters in the light, twisting away to a higher home. Fuzzy edges, open skies, psychedelic almond eyes. All at once feels so strange. You know we'll never be the same. With all the grown-up monsters in the light, twisting away to a higher psychedelic almond eyes. So strange, you know we'll never be the same. Oh, the same.
Higher Home by Violet Pilot here on Live at Lunch. I gotta say it, man. I hear Zeppelin influences in there, man. Especially on the guitar.
Thank you. They were a great band.
They're a good band.
We're
Like, they were good at
still
things.
kind of
Yeah.
fantastic band. But yeah, I just
I'm
hear
so
that
glad you're
influence
enjoying
there.
it. We're so glad to be
thank
here.
you.
You know, I need to thank today's production team here on Live at Lunch. Andy Howes and Colton Boening on the sound, and Chris, Eric, and Kevin today on the video, doing a tremendous
Kevin
job.
did our Kickstarter. Kevin did our Kickstarter video.
And
So if you hate it, blame him. No, he did wonderful work. He's another one that we're glad to be here, so we can literally thank him. Kevin, can I get a close
Thank you so much,
close
Kevin.
shot?
no,
Kevin was in the
Camera on
studio at the blasting room with us a few days. He was just hanging out, capturing video footage and
Yeah.
adding to the
To have
vibe.
him
And
be part of the story and to help us tell our story.
And created the Kickstarter
yeah.
video that everybody
yeah.
can see. And
We're lucky to have him.
And if people want to get in, can they still get in on the Kickstarter even though the album's been released, or is it too late?
the album has not
not-
been released.
Okay.
There is no album. Yeah, we have not released yet. That's going to happen in a few months.
So the Kickstarter you can still participate.
It's going to start like
In a matter of days.
in a matter of days.
And when
Wonderful.
this
So where
airs-
would people go to look for that information?
Go to Kickstarter, Violet Pilot,
Kickstarter,
the-
Violet Pilot.
Violet Pilot,
Yeah,
and then you can
got
also
it.
find us on all the socials as
Yeah.
well to find that information.
Excellent.
Your recording at the blasting room was pretty expensive, and I mean it was actually really smooth. I think we used less days than we budgeted because Andrew is such an amazing engineer, and we just worked really smoothly together. But it's not finished. We still need fundage. We need your help, and if people can share this band and what we're trying to do with their friends, so we can find more passengers to help support us. That'd be great.
When do you think the CD, whatever, vinyl, will be released?
Well, I think we'll have a
What are you
digital
shooting
release
for?
first,
Right.
and that might happen around May Day,
Yeah, maybe a little later.
maybe a little later.
Around
yeah.
there.
Beginning
Yeah.
of May.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
I know that KRFC has a leaked copy of Lazy Lions that Andrew made a quick mix for you guys
Oh,
for
that's right.
for a special day. So maybe if people call in and ask for Violet Pilot, I don't know, maybe that one's still there. But I think we'll
be
get
there.
you guys
Get that darn music director to start playing it.
Exactly. We'll get you a copy before anyone else, David.
Go.
Absolutely.
And while we're doing some thank yous, I just wanted to say, thank you to all the fans that are coming out. Our last 2 shows have been sold out. The word is growing. People are really supporting us just at these shows. We have a really strong support system among us. Our significant others are absolutely crushing it, helping with merch, and just really it feels like a team, a beautiful thing that's growing, and not that many people know about it yet, so it's exciting to feel like
It's
we're on
happening.
the ground. And it's happening right now.
Yeah, without the fans in this small, special community, we'd have a lot of self-doubt. So, the energy from, these small shows that we've run through have been just really heartwarming, and it's validating. So, that's why, we're so glad to be here today and to, kind of, again, have more passengers on the flight,
Well,
on the journey.
we're excited to have you here on KRFC's Live at Lunch today. And, thank you for listening to Live at Lunch. Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker studio. If you would like to appear on Live at Lunch, email the music director, David, at krfcfm.org. Well, guys, we just have a few minutes left. Why don't you take us out? Maybe Glad We Found You?
Yeah, the title track of the record. I love KRFC. Thank you so much. This is a really cool studio. I think I started playing Live at Lunch when Live at Lunch started, and to watch you guys
19 years ago.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah, with the band Wildwood Holler, and seeing you guys grow and roll through so many punches, and this is just amazing. Thank you, Ginger and Baker, for stepping up and helping out with the tower as well. Yeah.
Bravo. Violet Pilot.
Glad we found you. 1, 2, 3, 4. All these grudges measure time. Don't look back, it worked out fine. Seems like you've been on the run. My friend, what are you running from? Regrets are all that you can see. Stubborn dog can't let go. Glassy-eyed folk, bankrupt and alone. I think it's time that you came home. Come home. Come home. Come home. Come home. And if it were me in your shoes, you know I'd feel the same. You fall down like you do, it happens every day. We turn around, we kiss the ground, let us show you how hard we can love. For so long, I thought I lost you. You've been gone for so long. For so long, I thought I lost you. Yeah. Fire and snow, black and white. You wouldn't be the first. Behind the blue, bright in the night. What will you make with your curse? It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. For someone to blame. And if it were me in your shoes, you know I'd feel the same. We fall down like we do, it happens every day. So turn around, yeah, we kiss the ground. Let us show you how hard we can love. You've been gone for so long, for so long. For so long, for so long, I thought I lost you. Grudges measure time. Don't look back. It worked out fine. It worked out fine. It worked out fine.
Live at Lunch is presented entirely by volunteers at KRFC 88.9 FM Radio Fort Collins in Fort Collins, Colorado, in the Ginger and Baker studio, and is sponsored by the Music District. All Live at Lunch broadcasts are available online at krfcfm.org. If you'd like to appear on Live at Lunch, contact us via email at david@krfcfm.org. This has been Live at Lunch on listener-supported community radio, KRFC 88.9 FM Radio, Fort Collins.